We want to get straight to our big guest this hour, Ron Barron. He is the chairman and CEO of Barron Capital. You know him well here. And Ron, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for inviting me.
We've got a lot to talk about, but I think it's hard to not start with Elon Musk because you have been a huge Elon Musk supporter, an investor in his companies for a very long time, a booster of everything he's doing. And yesterday, Walter Isaacson's book dropped on Elon Musk. So it's been in the headlines. It's been something people have been focused on. Walter himself will say, look, he's an incredible innovator, an incredible entrepreneur, but he has these demons that chase him. And the book lays this out in great detail, starting with his relationship with his father. What have you thought? I know you haven't had a chance to read it all. It's a big, long book. You just got it yesterday. But what do you think of the stories you've seen to this point that suggest Elon even knows these issues, he struggles with it, and can't quite get out of the way of being his own worst enemy? I mean, you've said that he is the key man. He's the reason you invest in these companies, and the biggest risk is if something were to happen to him.
So I met him in 2010, and it took me 4 years before we began to invest. In 2014 to 2016 is when we bought the stock. We made about 20 times on our investment there. And then in SpaceX, we've been investing in that since 2017. And we're one of the largest investors in SpaceX.
It's not a publicly traded company,
no,
but what about your valuation?
We have about $1.7 billion invested right now.
Wow.
It cost us $700 million. $400 million of that is me. On Tesla, we have 17.5 million shares. 4.5 million shares is me. So we've been an investor for a long time, so I obviously believe. Mm-hmm. And initially when we invested, it was making me crazy when I was seeing some of the things that he was doing, as much as I admired him. But I do think that, and I calmed myself down, and I said, I really deserve to make a lot of money by investing in this and by staying with it. And we deserve. And what I thought was that what the point that Walter made yesterday was that untethered, these things can happen, and if he was conventional, they would have never happened. So he's the guy who got us electric cars. He's the guy who got us to space. If he was a conventional person, he was on Saturday Night Live, and he said, hey, dude, do you think I'm a normal person? I got you electric cars, and I'm going to take you to Mars. Seriously, am I going to be normal? And he's a very funny, engaging, smart, incredibly hardworking person, And I remember, so one story. When I went to a dinner in East Hampton about 2-3 weeks ago, when David Rubenstein was interviewing Walter, and they sat me at the table with Walter right next to the stage, and then David interviewed him, and then they mentioned me 3 or 4 times in that, and then afterwards he said, Ron, the guy knows more than anyone else here about him. Why don't you say something? And I said, I can't say something. This is your show, and this is I'm not part of that. And
but you're here now, so what would you say?
Well, one fast story is, I agree with Walter. He has to be, untethered. And then in addition to that, when he was a child, he talked about all the problems he had with his dad. And he escaped from those. He would go home, and he would read the encyclopedia. Read the encyclopedia. That was his nickname from his mom, encyclopedia. And any question he knew it. So he had a photographic memory. And what amazes me about him now is every time you ask him, how do you do that? How do you know that? How do you know what these things cost? He knows everything. It's a photographic memory. He remembers stuff. And so he's focused on cost, trying to drive cost out of everything. Everyone else tries to make as much money as they can. He's focused on his mission, long term, which is to make planet habitable, and then also to, if something bad happens, to be able to keep humanity alive.